Hey guys, so good evening. It's probably around 5 or 6 p.m. right now, maybe 7, around there. But oh my goodness, it's so gorgeous. There's a little bit of wind, and I'm just really enjoying the weather. And I have been thinking a lot about this topic I want to share with you guys. I wanted to say this for quite a while to go and let you guys know that other people are infatuated by you and you don't even know it yourself. I have personally experienced this, and I thought a lot about back then and now, and just how I'm gonna go and give you guys personal experiences on infatuation, the word, and what I really think about it, and to you guys on what kind of message I'm trying to share to you guys. So infatuation to me is about admiration of another. And I think that we think in our minds that nobody even wants to have a glance at us or wants to go and, like, you think that you're not interesting. And in reality, let me tell you guys that there is always someone that's infatuated by you and you don't even know it. And I'm going to go and share to you guys an experience. So for me, I've gone through my life thinking in my mind that, most of the time is when people meet me, the next 5 minutes they forget I ever existed. That's kind of the way I've always thought. I used to think in my mind that I didn't really take up room in a space. So when I walk in the room, people don't notice me. I'm just kind of there. Now, as I become more and more of aware, then now I know that when I walk in a room, I'm taking up space, and I know that people are looking at me, and they're having certain thoughts of me, and I'm totally okay with it. I always been one of those people that I really don't care what others think. I just kind of do whatever I feel. So I kind of go and do a lot of bold things, or just kind of weird, funny things, or cringy things. And so I think that makes me more memorable. But I've always thought when I was younger is that I don't care what people think. I'll do whatever I want. And the next 5 minutes, they're going to forget about me. And, I'm just kind of there. Now, as I got older, people are really noticing me in general because I'm definitely more of aware of my actions and just me taking up space in a room. So when I was younger, in my school, we used to have singing Valentines. And, in the month of February, I'm really thinking about that more because Valentine's is coming up. And I didn't know this, but I don't know who it was. I still don't know who it is. But there was someone anonymous that always went and bought me a singing Valentine. So every single year, there would be a group of people, and they would come in the classroom and start singing a song, and someone had to pay for a singing Valentine. And I just remember I was the only one that got singing Valentine some years, and it was a little awkward, honestly, and I never really thought about it. And I just remember every single year I always got singing Valentine. I got one or two. And I honestly, I would ask them, hey, who is it? They're like, well, it's someone anonymous. They have no idea. I was like, okay. So I never knew who it was. But every single year, I think it was it started in 5th grade. And all the way from high school, they were doing this. And so I always got one. I have no idea who went and paid for this, ever. And I thought about it probably a year ago, and I was like, someone has been always infatuated by me, and I have no idea about it. And it's never really occurred in my brain that anyone ever really noticed me. And I want to let you guys know that no matter on who you are, there's always someone that is admiring you when you have no idea, because we never go and tell other people that we admire them, because it could be embarrassing, or they don't know how someone's gonna react, or it's just weird. I totally get it, and I think that maybe some people have went and never said that to me because they don't know how I'm going to react. Honestly, if someone told me like straight up to my face, I admire you, honestly, I'm infatuated by you, by what you do, I honestly would be very shocked, especially back then, because I didn't think anyone noticed me. And then now if someone told me that, I'd be like, wow, like that's probably one of the best compliments ever that I've received, because I didn't think for a very long time I'm an interesting person, or I'm someone to be curious about. And I think that when we become infatuated by people, I've been thinking about this a lot, that especially if it's online, if we're infatuated by someone, or even in person, and we haven't seen them for a long time, then we start making up stories in our head. Oh, I bet they're journaling. I bet they're hanging out with friends. I bet they are, having coffee, or I bet that they're going shopping, or I bet that they're running. For some apparent reason, I have this idea in my head that if I'm infatuated by you, and I am I admire you so much, especially if you're online or something, I think that you're running. I don't know why. Like they're running, they're going towards their goal, something in those lines. And I don't know if it's just me that goes and thinks about this stuff, that when I admire someone, I haven't seen them for a while, I think, oh, they are running. I don't really know why. But yeah, that's just something that I have thought about, that a lot of us don't know, that other people admire others and we just don't know it. And even the people that, even if you feel like you're so shy, somebody admires you, trust me. Because when I was really younger, I was very shy, but I also was confident, and I could go and do whatever. And I'm very confident, but I also been sort of shy at the same time. I don't know if you ever met someone that is both of those things, but yeah, and I've worked on my shyness, and I have no problem talking to people, and I know that I take up room in the space, so I can go and talk to everyone. When I was younger, no, I did not talk to everyone. I kind of avoided people, but at the same time, I always been confident in my life, because I would do such bold things or say some bold things that normally most people would not say. But yeah, I just want to be clear with you guys that no matter who you are, there's always someone that is admiring you and infatuated by what you do. And it could be that they are infatuated by how you dress, how you walk. It could be how you think. It could be, how you do your hair. It could be just how your outlook in life. It could be just how goal-oriented you are, or how much energy you give off. So the people that I have been infatuated by are people that, I thought about this a lot, is that we are just extensions of our thoughts. So if you're watching this video, then I'm an extension of your thought, and we don't know it yet, but it's just, there's some degree that you are interested in what I have to say. And I think that we forget how much that we can give, and what kind of energy we give off, and the people that I've been infatuated by are people that are extremely goal-oriented, people that are very much into living, showing like a I guess, their version of a perfect world, you know, in their bubble. People that are living the high life, you know, whatever you picture of that. People that they have everything together. And something I've learned is that obviously nobody has everything together, no matter how much they're presenting it and how perfect it looks. And then later on, it turns out, oh, it's not as perfect as what you thought. And I think that we forget this, you know, that people that we are infatuated by, they are human too. And we all have something interesting about ourselves. And I think that one of the things that people really like that I do is that it's the way I walk. If you meet me in person, I've been told a lot that when I walk in a building, I look like I own the building. I don't know, it's just the way I walk. And I think that that's interesting to people. And I have this way of not being afraid to do whatever I want, you know, whatever I say or whatever I do. I'm not really afraid, because I've always had this thought process that, you know, if I go and say whatever, they're gonna forget I ever existed in the next 5 minutes of their life. And then it surprises me when they're like, oh, I remember you, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, really? You do? Yeah, because there's been times where I met, I met these people for like only 2 days, for a couple of hours. And then 8 months later, I come back and they remember me. I was like, really? You remember me? I'm surprised. But I just want you guys to know that you take up room in the space. You have something interesting about yourself. Someone is infatuated by you. You know, they're infatuated in you and wondering about what are you doing when you're gone. And I think that we forget that, you know, we all have something about ourselves. And no matter who you are, somebody is interested in you and wondering what are you doing, and they admire you for whatever, you know, whatever it is that the energy that you give off, or the things that you do, or the way that you think. And I think the big thing that I want to be, you know, infatuated by, I want people to be infatuated by, is that, you know, I am not afraid to say whatever, and I can just be myself. And I just want people to know that they're not alone, and it's okay to be cringy here and there, whatever. And that I really want people to know that it's okay to think outside the box and say whatever, well, within reason. If it's something rude, it's not a good idea. But I mean, just say how you really feel about things, and knowing that you're not alone through life. I think that we can have so many people around us and we still feel alone, because there was a point in my life where I had so many people. I used to have like 10 friends, 10 close friends, and now it's down to 2. And I forgot where I was coming from this, but I think that no matter what, we all have something about ourselves that is very interesting, something that we do that others don't, and that just simply being yourself and simply to go and express yourself is it's inspiring, and it's something that people will be infatuated by you, you know, if you just do those things. And I think that we forget that, and we feel down on ourselves and think, oh, nobody looks at us like, oh, like what, like I'm this boring person and I'm this or that. No, like there's something that that you have, that somebody does not have within yourself. And somebody admires you and is inspired by you and wondering, what are you doing when you're offline, or what are you doing, when they're not in front of you, like physically. People wonder about those things, because I do it. There's been plenty of people I've been infatuated by, and I haven't really said it, but I know that I have, and so have you, and know that also you yourself, people are wondering about what you're doing and what interests you, and just being yourself and being able to express yourself. And it's okay to give out your opinions and let others know that they're not alone in this life that feels so vast and so much to explore.